Hello everybody. So today I want to talk about the map rotation in Paladins. So this is my map tier list. These are what maps I personally like to play on and how much fun I have on them. So what I did is I went through the past few days of my streams and I looked at every map that I played. So we could sort maps into good, meh, and bad tiers, just to make things easier. So if it's in SS, S, or A tier, it's good. If it's in B or C, it's meh. And if it's in D or F, then it's bad. So if we do the math based on past few days of me playing the game, 53% of my maps were good, 16% were meh, and 31% were bad. So almost a third of the maps that I played were bad, were not fun maps to play on in my opinion. And a sample size of 55, not super reliable, but it seems reasonable to assume that every map has a pretty equal chance of being played. And this is all like my opinion, this is all subjective. However, Fish Market, Timber Mill, Bazaar. Ask anyone, nobody likes this map. And you can talk about why. I personally think that most of it comes down to how irrelevant the short lines of sights are, especially when you compare them to the long lines of sights, and how all these maps are very close to being symmetrical around a point instead of being symmetrical around an axis, which basically means you have very few options when it comes to gameplay. And the best style of gameplay is a very pokey long-range fight, or it's super heavy dive, and losing to either of those feels bad, because again, you have very few options. But I'm not super into map design. Those are just kind of ideas, and it's outside the scope of this video. And just because of a dude named Yuri, I have to say that not everyone dislikes Fish Market, Timber Mill, and Bazaar. But if you give pretty much everyone a chance to have all three of these maps, or have none of them, most people will choose none of them. So if we remove Fish Market, Timber Mill, and Bazaar, what's the ratio look like for good, meh, and bad maps? We get 73% good maps, 22% meh maps, and 5% bad maps. And I think that 1 out of every 20 games being on a bad map sounds a whole lot better than 1 out of every 3. So I propose that you just get rid of Fish Market, Timber Mill, and Bazaar from the ranked map rotation. If Evil Mojo really wants to keep these maps for whatever reason, maybe they want to show off the pretty skin they just put on the bad map, or I don't know, I legitimately do not know. But if they do want to keep them, then just mess with the frequencies, right? Make 1 out of every 10 games a bad map or something, just for variety, I guess. But again, I've got no idea why they do this, especially with some maps out of rotation. Well, more controversial. At the very least, they're unique. And if, Frog Isle and Ice Mines were in the map pool with low frequencies, I think that'd be great for ranked. We can also talk about how there are some amazing maps. Bright Marsh, Drag Falls, Stone Keep. These are 3 maps, and I think almost everybody loves them. So increasing their frequencies to be slightly above average could also help. Like if I get 3 Drag Falls games in a row, I'm like, that's kind of strange. But if I get 3 Timber Mill games in a row, then the next map I'm playing on is King's Row, you feel? So I don't feel like this should be a hot take or even have to deserve a video in the first place. But in ranked, people want to play on the good maps more than the bad maps, and we're playing a whole heck of a lot of the bad maps right now. And that's it for this video. Subscribe for 2 videos a week, daily streams on Twitch is all in the description below, all that stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye bye.